Happy anniversary to this show. 2 years ago, we started this podcast and we keep rolling on. And why don't we celebrate the second anniversary with an old friend and a new friend? I have a great partnership or duo for this podcast, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It really will be. We have Ryan Page. What's going on? Newly married Ryan Page, newlywed. What's going on, Ryan?
Not much, Matt. Happy to be back. It's been a little bit, so.
Yes, as we said, we're starting our new internet commenter era a month ago. It's glad it's your turn to see who likes to say some definitely sweet things to you.
I won't call anyone out by name just yet. We'll have to see what happens.
And
he knows who he is.
And new friend to the show, new friend. I met him. This is actually our second podcast we've all done together, but staying in touch. Met him for the first time at Ryan's wedding, and he's here, and I'm really, really psyched for him. We have Rocky Pollimeni here.
Hello, everybody.
Rocky,
first time, long
time.
First time, long time.
Dude, what's going on, Rocky? Thanks for joining the show for the first time.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely. All right, gentlemen. So we can start with the origin story of you two. You guys met in college at Nazareth College now about 8 years ago, correct?
Yeah, I guess, right?
Yeah, around 8 years ago, 2013.
Yep.
2013. How about that? Man, do you guys remember your first interaction?
No.
I mean, no.
No, Ryan just appeared one day. He didn't even live on my floor.
I didn't even go there.
No. I never graduated.
No, I was friends with a lot of people who lived on the same floor as Rocky, and so it just kind of happened that way.
All right. Well, we love a good origin story,
which we didn't give you, but
yeah.
Hey, it still counts. But you guys came together, strong bond through the Nazareth College years, post-college. And like I said, and I talked about on the show a month ago, Ryan, you got married over the week. Oh, no, over the weekend. You got married over the month a few weeks ago. Dude,
3 weeks ago.
So I know it's been quite a time for you. And, you're all married now. But first few weeks in, Ryan, how are you feeling post-marriage?
So I'll be honest, it's been actually a really just stressful 3 weeks, unrelated to being married. So I kind of feel bad. They don't tell you that the world continues after you get married. You have however much time from your wedding through your the honeymoon or whatever, where you're just the newlyweds and it doesn't matter. But as soon as you show up back to the real world, it's the real world again. So I've been very busy, but obviously, we're both very happy. Melissa started her new job, so it's not like she hasn't been super busy either. Yeah. So she's starting. She's back in her office now. So we're not both working from home anymore. So it's been just we hit the ground running pretty much as soon as we got back from the wedding stuff. So it's been good, but it's definitely, like I said, been a busy time unrelated to the wedding. I thought it would kind of calm down when I didn't have to plan a wedding, and I say I loosely because Melissa did the lion's share of the planning. But when we didn't have to plan a wedding, I thought, oh, it'd be nice. We can relax. No, the real world catches up with you.
Yeah, man, it really feels so with that wedding band now. And Rock, it's really something. You must be rolling with the wedding band now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it every day. Eventually,
man. So, Rocky, what did you think about the wedding and the experience? That was a fun weekend up in Rochester, New York, the first week of October, 2022.
I couldn't stop crying. It means I was losing Ryan, so it was fun. Which is impressive because it's Rochester, and Rochester's the worst, but
we did good. We did very good, and I like Rochester, so
I enjoyed
and so do
it.
Other people. Yeah, exactly.
I think your wedding.
You live near there. That's the difference. It's old hat to you. It's old hat to you. You can get there whenever you want.
Yeah, but it was a good weekend.
Yes.
And honestly, though, kind of like almost You got there what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so it was
think
like
Wednesday
half a
night.
week.
I worked on Thursday. So I mean I
Yeah,
was
so
there, but I was not
Wednesday
there.
night through Sunday, really.
Yeah.
It was a wedding half a week.
Wedding half a week.
Yeah.
It's like people have a birthday month.
Yeah, and October is always yours. If imagine it was so close to October 3rd now.
Yeah, no other holidays happen in October. It's just my wedding.
No Indigenous people / Columbus Day. No.
Who's that?
Halloween. No.
Nope. Nothing to
Mean
be
Girls
scared of.
Day.
No. Is that a holiday?
October 3rd.
Like, is that a day even?
And
Well, yeah, it's from the movie.
To the internet,
that doesn't
it's
count.
the
No one
internet
else. No one actually celebrates that. Gotcha.
No, just Ryan and Melissa's, but that was a good time. The rehearsal dinner was fun.
It was something.
It was cool
It was something.
reconnecting with some people. Lots of dancing. The food was excellent. I have to say, some of the best chicken Marcel I had at your rehearsal dinner. I was a big fan of the barbecue too. I was really scared making a mess, but I think conservatively it worked out.
Yeah, I thought about that after. I was like, well, I already took a bunch of pictures, so I figured we were safe. But I did think about that. I was like, ooh, barbecue sauce. If anyone wanted to take good pictures here, that's going to make it a little bit more difficult.
Did you get a lot of like crazy photo booth pictures like texted you like 4 days later?
Yeah, and then we got the hard copy sent to us as well. So I have all of the I have every picture that was taken at the photo booth, even if I wasn't in it.
People, who is that? The Wedding Crashers?
No Wedding Crashers, but I do have some interesting pictures of Rocky that I'll show him someday. Keep him guessing, unless I post them on the internet first.
That's fine. I don't care.
Did you get nervous at any point? Like, what if there is a viral wedding moment?
I was super nervous. No. I was like, what's going to go wrong?
Like, it goes on Barstool. Like, somebody slips on it or getting caught watching a TV.
Happened.
Really?
Melissa fell as she came in, but I just held her up. It was fine. But yeah, right before our first dance, she tripped on the stairs.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, I noticed it because she almost took my arm off. I was like, oh, careful.
That was about to be a Barstool viral moment.
I know, but we saved it.
Well, look at that.
Kept our anonymity.
Can you believe those people who genuinely, I understand, the wedding, monumental moment in your life, and like one slip up, an embarrassing moment that, you don't want other people to see, and you're just seen by millions of people after the fact.
I mean, I feel like if you have a good group of people there and you really don't want something to be seen, you can keep it from being shared on the internet. It's just if you have too many outside folks, or if you have like a brother like mine, then it'll end up on the internet. But no, I mean, I'll say this: like, you do want your wedding to be memorable, but you just don't want it to be viral memorable necessarily.
For sure.
You want to have at least like one like thing everyone remembers about your wedding, be it like the venue or the food or whatever. Obviously, we spent months practicing that first dance, so we were kind of banking on that. But
it's very good.
You don't want it to be like, oh, remember when the bride fell? Or I mean, I dropped my ring down the balcony.
Yeah, you did.
People didn't. I don't know if not many people noticed
that.
This.
I didn't know
because it was during
about it later. I didn't.
It was during the dancing, but yeah, I was up taking pictures in the balcony, and my ring fell off. And I was like, "Oh, whose drink did it land? It didn't land anyone's drink. My aunt found it, but."
Okay. Or the cake, or somebody's cake, or salad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's about to try and eat this ring? But it worked out okay. They found it. They found it very quickly. So.
Good stuff. Yeah, it was a real wholesome weekend the whole way through. And you woke up at 6 a.m. to go to South Carolina or something?
Well, we had to go to NAS first to get our marriage license that we forgot at the church. Mm-hmm. But we did that at like 9, and then we had a flight right before noon to go to Hilton Head, South Carolina, which was fun. It was a good time. It was like an off season for them, so it wasn't too crowded.
Nice.
We had
that's great
1.5 good beach days, but we made the hot tub work the rest of the time.
All right.
And we got to see the island. We did some touristy stuff. Yeah, we went on this. So for those of you longtime listeners, this is an anniversary episode. You know that up until very recently, I lived in New Jersey. I usually tell people I'm from New Jersey. That's not true. I'm from where Matt's from, but
No, it
I've
wasn't
been in Jersey a
true
long
even,
time.
when you lived there. It
But I
wasn't.
was in Jersey a long time. And so we were on this boat, right? This like sunset cruise that we decided to do. Our last night in Hilton Head, and there's this like woman, probably around like our parents' age, right? And she's talking, and I can just hear that she's from New Jersey. It's plainly obvious that she's from New
Of
Jersey.
all the
And so
dramatic things.
very similar, yeah. And so what ended up happening was we started talking to her in line at the bar, right? That's all. Just like, oh, you're from Jersey? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, we just moved from Jersey to DC. They're like, where are you from? And we said we were in New Brunswick. She was from like down by the shore. And so we just talked for a little bit to her and her husband, and that was that. So then we get upstairs, right? And I hear her again, because again, she is from New Jersey. And I hear her say not to us, to someone, like, do you mind if my kids sit with us? I'm like, oh, I didn't know she had her kids with her. I was like, cool. So the couple says sure, and then she calls me and Melissa over. So we ended up spending that sunset cruise with this couple from New Jersey, and the other folks at the table were all very nice, but it was very strange because they were both like older couples. They were both like 30 years married and like 20 years married, and we were at that point 3 days married. So it was like a very weird dynamic to have.
That's funny.
Have like the older folks and then us on this sunset cruise that we went on. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. The whole trip was a good time.
I love it, and that nice wink moment right there. This brings me to a point, a subject I was interested in bringing up to you, the both of you. Sure. So you two are. It's fair to say you two are in happy, loving partnerships, relationships together.
Yes,
Big
together.
smiles.
Not together with one another.
Between you, you and your partners.
Yes, together. Yes, and
Thank you.
It's always funny. I just want to ask this question because it's definitely a fair recurring topic in this show and talk about relationship advice. And I've talked to mostly single people with it, and of course they have a good perspective. But let's be real, they're single. I think it's fair, and has been brought up to me, I should ask somebody the same exact advice to somebody who's in a long-term relationship and long-term companionship and stuff like that. So I just want to throw it to you both. If you have any advice to somebody, whether seeking love, feeling the love, wondering what to do with the love, I was wondering from you two who are in strong, committed relationships, what advice do you have for those single people out there trying to find their special partner, whether it's let it come to you, whether it's looking up how to speak to somebody on YouTube? What do you have to say for somebody who's in a position where they are with somebody they really care for? What do you have to say to those single people out there?
Okay, so we're talking to single people.
Yes.
There's a couple things. I was going to say, just to start, if you don't know what to do with the love, you should probably look up some documents on the internet that'll explain it. But what? Rocky didn't like that one. That's fine. I would say this though, if you're single and would like to not be single anymore,
call me.
Yeah, call Rocky. But you may be overthinking it a little bit. That's just something I've noticed. I haven't been single in a very long time. But I also, in fairness, it's not like I dated around that much either. Mm-hmm. So I'm not necessarily the best at dating advice if you're like playing the field or whatever. So I guess my high level advice would be that there's no it's not Hitch. Life's not Hitch. You can't find some guy on YouTube who's going to tell you how to get the girl of your dreams. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's very interesting to watch and continue to do so if you'd like, but it's not going to help you. Just, you got to be yourself, because if you get to the point, if you want to get like forever's a long time to be someone that you're not, right? So I would say you need to make sure that you're being your authentic self. And for some people, that'll be easy. They'll be their authentic self and they may find someone who likes their authentic self right away. For other people, it might honestly take longer. Like it might, you know what I mean? You may not find the right person for your authentic self, which can be frustrating, I'm sure. But I think genuinely, as someone who's been in a relationship for a long time, who doesn't feel like they have to lie about any part of themselves, it's easier in the long run, and it's going to be better for you in the long run if you don't feel like you have to put on a specific kind of like persona to be with the person that you're interested in. So if you find yourself lying, or not even lying is too strong a word, but if you find yourself trying to be something specific to be with someone specific, I think the first thing you should do is stop doing that and just see what happens. See if they're still into you, and if they're not, don't be upset. Let it go. Not every relationship's forever. Most of them aren't forever when you really think about it, right? I mean, you only get like one forever. So I would say most of the people you are come in contact with won't be forever, right? And just don't worry about it so much. Just be your authentic self. And I know that's like kind of cheesy. People are like, but what's the secret? But there really isn't one. You'll find the right person eventually. If you're being yourself. If you're not, then you can run into problems later on, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know how to follow that up.
The last you should give them the links to those documents I was telling them about sharing their love.
I mean, I thought those were just our links.
Our links, private.
No, I don't know. The last time I was single, Obama was in his first term, so it's been a while.
Long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long
Married
time.
for how many years? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at being single.
Hey, no, there's definitely different perspectives, and someone will like you for who you are. No rush anymore. It's gonna be okay. Sure, some people find it sooner than others, at least from what I gauge at and learn, but it's all.
What is it, like 70% of relationships end in divorce anyway? So I mean,
54. 54.
I have no 54. I don't know.
54. I heard.
Well, what are you rushing for? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Don't rush.
No,
let it happen.
Have the patience. It's gonna be okay. Somebody will like you for who you are and your smile, and one day it'll just be like that, and you won't remember all the people you overthinking about. And I will learn that advice. Those other people will. What was that?
I said you might still think about the other people. I don't know, but
you won't care. I got advice. Shower.
Oh,
shower. Yes, but you know that goes a long way in health and happiness. So
it does. There you go. That's my advice.
So Ryan talks about being yourself. It's gonna be okay. Don't overthink. Rocky says shower.
Mentions hygiene,
and that was the combination.
Take a thoughtful shower. Take a thoughtful shower.
No, just use soap.
An authentic shower.
All this will lead to true holy matrimony. So
indubitably,
or not.
That's what we like there. You know, one thing I do want to switch topics quick. Gentlemen, I'm very interested in your perspective here. You know, we're closer to 30 than we were 20. All three of us are in our late 20s. Still very young, but, you know, not getting any younger. And
not how it works.
Nope.
Whether the debate, we are in the oldest Gen Zs, the youngest millennials, depending who you ask. It doesn't necessarily matter, but we are much older. And now in our late 20s and seeing kids, you know, people who are like in their prime 20, 21, they're a solid 6, 7, 8 years younger than us now. So having said that, do you guys feel you're starting to feel a generation gap between us, whether in Gen Z or just the younger folks, whether in terms of music or slang or what people watch? Do you guys are starting to feel some type of generation gap, or we're going to wait a few more years before we take that question seriously?
I was going to say no, but then I thought I don't know anything about TikTok. So I'm going to say yes, just because of TikTok.
TikTok, the main arc between all the generations that TikTok, Gen Z's, it's one.
I avoid TikTok like the plague. I don't want to know anything about it.
I do the respectful thing, and in addition to my wife watching TikToks, I also look at TikToks on Instagram like a real millennial.
Yeah. That's what the millennials taking over the Instagram reels. The TikTok belongs to the Gen Z.
I would say I am against the notion that somehow at 21 they're in their prime as opposed to our age, but that's beside the point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff. I think I probably have put myself in a bit of a bubble, as most people of all ages do.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of Gen Z friends. AJ the Man is
Except AJ the man.
one of the only Gen Zers that I talk to frequently, and that's very infrequently. Like so, and then like my brother, like really, it's like my brother and AJ the Man are the two Gen Zers that I genuinely talk to more than like once in like every 3 years. So
Wait, would you say we're not Gen Z, or are we?
we're not actually. We're very
No,
close.
I got called
No,
Gen
we're very
Z
close.
the other day.
No, we're very close.
I was told that we're the cutoff.
We're a
year,
year off.
We're Gen
We're a
Z.
year off. Yeah. So 95 is not Gen Z.
May
it's
I
the
see?
next.
I was told 94 was millennial, 95 was Gen Z.
So
I mean,
according
listen,
to,
I'm sure someone says something.
If you don't mind me interrupting on this one, according to this, the USA Today, established newspaper, this is how they break up the generations. And this is by, again, USA Today. They say millennials are anyone born from 1981 to 1996. Gen Z is anyone born from 1997 to 2012.
Yeah, no, indubitably.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 95 is that weird year. That's why, I mean, what do I call myself, the Zillennial, whenever we don't have a Gen Zer to talk to.
The Zillennial.
I try to put the hat on. We are that weird year in 95. The 95ers. Matt's not 95, but
yeah, very last day in 94. So I'm the real non-Gen Zer.
Yeah, you are.
You're
for sure.
By the
you're
way,
for sure anchoring us there.
According to Beresford Research, which is the second top Google search, they said the same thing. Gen Z 97 to 2012, millennials 81 to 96.
Yeah. So I think at 95 you can pretty safely claim either side if you really wanted to.
Do you have a particular? Do you prefer to be a Gen Z, or do you prefer to be a?
Quite literally have no preference.
No, you gotta be a Gen Zer.
Yeah.
What's the change? Like, what's the change? What do I get out of this?
I don't know.
People are like, "Oh, you're so young." And
I'm
Wikipedia,
27 years old. What I call myself other than 27 is irrelevant to how old I am.
Wikipedia said 95 is a starting point for Gen Z, and you know Wikipedia is always right.
Absolutely, no one can edit that. It's ironclad.
Oh man, you want to hear just some of these points they say for Gen Z. Gen Z compared to previous generations, they say in some developed nations tend to be well behaved, abstemious, and risk averse. They tend to live.
That isn't my experience with Gen Z.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither. They tend to live more slowly in their predecessors. They live more slowly than their predecessors were when they were their age. They have lower rates of teenage pregnancies and consume alcohol less, but not necessarily other psychoactive drugs. Gen Z teenagers are more concerned than older generations with academic performance and job prospects, and are better at delaying gratification than counterparts from the 60s, despite concerns in the contrary. And this final point, they say, sexting among adolescents has grown in prevalence. The consequences remain poorly understood. Additionally, Gen Z subcultures have been quieter, though they have not necessarily disappeared.
I mean, I've quite literally never met a Gen Zer that I would describe that way. Probably you'd have to talk to someone who's Gen Z to really get. I mean, maybe they describe themselves.
I mean, you're talking to me right now. I'm Gen Z.
Damn, we missed AJ the Man this time for that.
I know. I'll have to ask him. Hey, I know we're here to talk about the Royal Rumble, but let's talk about Gen Z.
And this
do
other
you
point,
drink less?
That's yeah. Do you drink less but take more drugs? Also, they said around the world.
Maybe it's because they're not all 21 yet.
Actually, also, maybe
that might be like tilting the scales a bit. I think we're all. I mean, at this point, all millennials
They all behaved before drinking 21. They waited till 21 to drink.
No, but I mean, you drink less you drink less when you're under 21 because you can't just show up at a bar. True, you can with a fake, but in general, you can't just show up at a bar.
And that's the last funny point. They said around the world, members of Gen Z are spending more time on electric devices and less time reading books than before, with implications for their attention span, vocabulary, academic performance, and future economic contributions.
Which is at Wikipedia. You just said that they were better at delaying instant gratification, and now you're saying they have a short attention span.
That's
Which
what they
is
said
it?
it is.
Wikipedia. Wikipedia. It's almost like 3 or 4 different people wrote each of those lines without reading the previous 3 lines.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I get a source, please, on all that info?
oh, I'd already exited out of the
We need
thing.
independent fact checkers to.
Source: the neighborhood kid. His name is Zachary.
Gen Z, man. And I guess they don't. Did they name the people post 2013? Are they calling the Zoomers because of
Maybe.
the pod? I don't know.
I have
I
no
like
idea.
Zillennial for us personally. I think that
Yeah,
the
I like
1995
Zillennial
are the
better.
Zillennials. I really do like that.
No, I think that the big generational thing is if you thought that Miley is better than Taylor, because I think we all know, I heard from a source that Miley is way better than Taylor. So just put that out there.
At what, singing?
Just in general.
In general, who's better,
As a
Miley?
person, I don't know.
Miley or Taylor?
Never met either of them.
This is great for a reel.
Miley's, I know, right? Who's better? I think Miley Cyrus sings better than Taylor Swift.
I like Miley better.
They're
Too.
both garbage.
I stayed up till midnight. I know.
Gonna
I know
help.
the song.
You're gonna hurt our engagement score saying that, but keep going.
I know about the songs. What is it? Bejeweled, Bedazzled. It's one of the two.
I know Shake It Off. Does that count?
No, that's old. She has a new album.
Yeah, that a big ass album.
Yeah, I know it's Midnight. That's all I know about
Midnights, plural.
Oh, Midnight?
Several nights, yeah.
Oh. Well.
Let's see. When did Taylor Swift drop? Keep saying Taylor Swift, please, to help.
Absolutely. So Taylor Swift.
That helps
Taylor
the
Swift
engagement more.
Is from Pennsylvania. She's not from Tennessee, but she moved to Tennessee to pursue a career in country music. Then she promptly dropped that career for the real money in pop music. Taylor Swift has written approximately 4 songs, but she's repackaged them over at least a dozen albums that she's now re-recording.
No, I think you're wrong.
And that's her album, Midnights.
Midnights, I believe, is the new album. Yeah.
Yes, it dropped on.
There's a couple of fun
week.
ones on there.
I did not hear this yet, but I will.
There's a couple. There's a couple of fun ones on there. TikTok. Rocky doesn't listen, but TikTok is all over Taylor Swift's album right now.
It's subject of Sorry,
okay.
you were saying?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was saying according to Wikipedia, the album was inspired by 13 sleepless nights through Taylor Swift's life. She adopted a glamorous visual aesthetic for the album, drawing from 70s fashion and art, a skew in the alternative folk sound of Folklore and Evermore. I assume those are her albums?
Those are the previous 2 albums, yes. I was told that she was exiled from pop music. I missed that.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but she's back now. And I'm pretty sure she just left. I don't think she was exiled, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Taylor Swift was exiled from pop music. She's just the biggest pop star of the 2010s.
Yeah, she really did own it that decade. Do you expect to be at a Taylor Swift concert in the near future for you guys?
Well,
yes.
Well, no, because I'm poor. But if I wasn't, then yeah, probably.
No, Ryan and I are gonna go. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Melissa wants to go. She's looking for.
That's
tickets.
nice. Did I say Melissa's going? No.
Well, I suppose if you buy tickets, then I'm stuck going. But
I'm gonna buy 2 tickets, and it's gonna be for you and me.
Hey, I went to see Demi Lovato with DJ Khaled opening for her.
No, yeah, they're really good.
And not with a girl, by the way.
Wait, DJ Khaled?
Yeah, he opened up for Taylor Swift. I'll never
Taylor Swift? Oh no, Demi Lovato.
No, sorry, for Demi Lovato. I'll never forget. Okay. He was like, he had this motivational speech towards the end. He's like, you have to love yourselves. We have to love ourselves. I would do anything to get that video back.
Another one.
Taylor Swift, Midnights. Let's see the critical reception. I go by Rolling Stone. It says here on Wikipedia, Midnights received widespread critical acclaim from music critics, most of whom praised the subdued production and vocals. Okay.
So I've listened to this entire album at this point. That's a true statement. And I can give you my honest review of the Midnights album.
Please, Ryan's review. This is Ryan Page's review of Midnights.
Yeah, sure. If you've ever heard a Taylor Swift song from anything after puberty, till now. You've probably heard already the beat to one of the songs on Midnights. There's a lot of songs. There's not a lot of beats. She kept most of those the same between all of her albums. Actually, the whole point of this album, it appears, was to talk about her old albums in a new album. So that seems to be the point. There's a couple good songs on there. There's something about a sexy baby. I'll let you look that up.
Ooh.
I know, right? And in general, I think it's fine. It sounds like all of the other Taylor Swift albums I've heard ever. So if you like Taylor Swift, then this is for you. If you don't like Taylor Swift, then you didn't care what I had to say anyway. So don't listen. And just to end this segment off, to optimize our chance of getting picked up, I'm going to say BTS.
Ooh.
Here we go.
That was a really
That's good
review.
for-
Thank you for that.
They are brave.
They
They
are.
are. Well, they are all soldiers now.
Yes, they
Like
are.
actually, I know they call themselves the BTS Army, but literally all of
No,
them.
I think it's just Jimin right now.
Oh, really?
Jimin.
Is he the only one old enough?
He's the oldest one, so I think he's being drafted first.
That's
Well,
how that
hopefully
works.
there's not a war.
Yes, there
They'll
was like
fight.
some age that they're all about to hit where they have to be drafted, and he's I think the
Interesting.
first one to go.
Well, anyway. It was just because the only thing that trends higher than Taylor Swift right now is BTS. So get them both in there. Good
There you
review.
go.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Though that stuff does go far. Now let's talk about a
I
big
know.
story,
Sure.
a legitimate story that is taking place the next day after this recording. Now this drops on Tuesday, the 1st of November. So happy November, gentlemen.
Happy November 1st, everybody.
So here, Elon Musk officially closes his deal and buys Twitter for around $44 billion.
That must be. He can buy Taylor Swift tickets.
Oh,
Maybe.
he could have him perform at her house, at his house. So, this just dropped about 30 minutes ago. Elon Musk has taken over control of Twitter, has fired top executives. Looks like he is starting to make a major changes. Musk fires CEO Parag Agrawal and 2 other executives, and Twitter has declined to comment, but now we will see Musk's takeover after all these questions being raised and figuring out the future of the social media platform. As I mentioned to you, Rocky, you're one of my favorite followers of Twitter. Ryan, I love
He's
talking
lying.
to you about Twitter. How do you feel about this news? First things first, do you think Elon is going to stick to his proclamation to make major changes for Twitter?
Yeah, I think he will. Just because right now it sounds like Twitter is not making a lot of money.
Mhm.
So I think if nothing else, he's going to try to make it profitable. And if not, it's just going to crash and burn in like a year.
Can you imagine that? Elon Musk being responsible for the end of Twitter.
Yeah, something else will
And-
pop up. And
No. All right. No, Twitter's not going anywhere. For everyone listening to this on Tuesday, think about this weekend on Twitter. You all spent the weekend on Twitter. You know it. What was different for you? Really,
I'm on
what was
Twitter right
different
now.
for you? Nothing was different. It won't be different. I'm not convinced Elon Musk is going to own Twitter the entire time because it isn't making that much money. And if he can't turn a profit on it, he may very well give it up. But this was a passion project of his, right? He was upset by some of. No, I'm serious. He was upset by some of the content moderation policies. So I guess those would be gone. So if you have a really strong opinion about content moderation on Twitter, you might be having a bad time or a
This
good
was
time,
your
depending
day.
on
or
where
a
you
very
were.
good time.
Yeah,
as
depending
well.
on what side of that debate you fall
Yeah.
on, right?
Babylon
but-
Beast coming back, so I'm pretty pumped.
I didn't even know they were gone. So
That's what started this whole thing.
I don't even know who you are.
No, it was like his
it's-
favorite satirical site, and Twitter banned it
Well,
because they
that's-
made a joke. And then he.
I'll
went
be
on a
honest.
podcast
I
and-
watched his SNL. I watched his
I did
SNL.
not
It makes
know
sense that it makes sense that the Babylon Bee is his choice for comedy. But anyway,
Funny.
so point is, there's not going to be a lot of changes for most people who use Twitter every day. If it doesn't turn a profit, and it probably won't, because unless they add ads, like real ads, I don't see how they can possibly turn a legit profit. Like they have to advertise more if they want it. Like what is the that or membership fees? But
Yeah, I heard it
membership
might be
fees-
like
might
commercial
actually kill
fee,
it.
like fees for like commercial or corporations to have Twitter accounts.
That could work. Either they're gonna actually they'll probably need to do both, but they need to advertise more, and they need to start charging people to use Twitter. Those are the only two ways you can make money on Twitter. There's quite literally nothing else that I can think of that you can do to create revenue out of Twitter. You know what I mean?
I think he's got a plan though. It's going to be
And
part of
so,
his X app. Did you see that tweet?
no, I didn't see
He
that,
wants to
but-
make like an all-encompassing app called X, and Twitter's like one small part of it, I guess. And he wants
Ooh.
to.
I don't
have
think that'll
people-
work either. I
Do you-
mean, he
I
might
don't know.
try it.
Do you believe his proclamations about making it a more well, let me use the exact words he said on a tweet. He says, "The reason I acquired Twitter is because it is important to the future of civilization to have a common digital town square where a wide range of beliefs can be debated in a healthy manner without resorting to violence. There is currently a great danger that social media will splinter into far right wing and far left wing echo chambers that generate more hate and divide our society." So is his dream of a town square we all come together in perfect harmony on Twitter will happen, or is this just another business venture?
Well, I'll just say the reason he bought Twitter is because a judge in Delaware said there was no way he could get out of it.
You are
But-
so wrong with that.
I'm not
I
wrong.
showed you the
Look
quote
it up.
yesterday.
I showed you the whole
The
article that
judge
you
did
then
not
quoted at
make
me.
him buy it. The judge said, "We are going to go to trial, or
If you
can
don't buy it
right now."
tomorrow. Yes.
It's not.
That's making you buy it.
No, that's
That's
not
making
making
you
you
buy
buy
it.
it. That's giving you an alternative. That's not making you though. He didn't
Oh,
have to do
Okay,
it.
yes, he could have gone to court to not buy
Yes,
it, but at
he
that
could have
point,
gone
just
to
buy
the
the
trial.
fucking app.
He could have
You
gone
could
to
just
the
buy the
trial.
app at that point. For 44 billion, just buy it at that point instead of losing and then still having to buy it.
Joke's on him. I downloaded it for free, so I don't know what he's doing.
I'm serious. If he
Thank you.
lost, if he went to court and lost, he would still have to buy it. So you might as well
No,
just
he
buy it.
wouldn't.
Why go to
He
court?
would not.
Yes,
There's a
he
thing
would.
called specific performance. Look it up. It probably
I
wouldn't
don't have to
happen
look
in this
it up.
case.
Well, you said probably, but it could happen.
I don't think it would. I don't know the Delaware laws.
Okay,
but
you're not his lawyer, so I'm not going to make you go on record and say here's
I'm
what
on
would
record.
happen. That don't go on record. But the point is, if
What
he went to
record?
trial, he could still end up buying it. So he just bought it. But anyway, I digress. I knew Rocky wouldn't like that Delaware one.
because you were wrong, and I pointed you out on it.
I
You
was
just
right, and I showed
doubled
you how I
down.
was right. And I will post now all of the
Paid
links
off.
that I posted to Rocky on
Yeah,
at
and they
T
were
Tweetcap.
paywalled. They
so
were
you could
paywalled, so I couldn't even
Buy
read
the
it.
New York Times.
I'm
Don't
not
be
buying
cheap.
the New
Buy
York
the New York
Times.
Times.
Doesn't want to spend his $1 a month elsewhere.
Buy
I
the New York
have my
Times, and then
$12
you
a
can
month
see
for the
it.
Daily Wire, and that's it.
Well, see, that's the problem. You spend too much money on that news instead of the New York Times. But anyway, what I will say is that I do think that's a good plan. I don't know if he'll achieve it. Like the town square thing, I think it's important. I think he's actually right. I think we're seeing. I don't believe Twitter is actually far left. I know some people would disagree with that, but I do think that there's definitely. I mean, there's an appetite, frankly, for far left echo chambers. We already have far right echo chambers on, forums and other social media platforms. Smaller ones, obviously, like, what is it? Parlor or whatever. I don't even know if that exists anymore. But
No,
like,
I agree though. I think there are echo chambers you can look at, and I think they do pop up because people get kicked off Twitter. That's why you see Reddit the way it is now. That's why you see Tumblr the way it is now. That's why
Yeah.
you see Parlor the way it is now. That's why you see. Well, I guess Truth Social was always like that, but that's why you see these
it
things
was
splinter
founded
off.
explicitly to be that
Because
way.
if not everyone's allowed on one site, then yeah, there are going to be echo chambers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
did
they're
you
allowed
join
on
Truth
one
Social?
site.
Did
They're
you join-
allowed. They just can't say things the way they want to say
and then
them.
if Twitter kicks them off, then they're not allowed anymore.
No,
or
that's
anyone.
true. If you were kicked off of a certain social media platform, that means you're not allowed there anymore. That's true.
Yeah,
But
and then
I'm saying
and then
even
you
people,
go to a more extreme site, either
but even people who
left or right.
are, yeah, but even people who are not kicked off of Twitter, you can have opinions without getting kicked off of Twitter. By the way,
Yeah, but they're probably more middle of the road. You're
or
not
they're
gonna
just
get-
not sharing them on Twitter.
Yeah, and then
So they're still seeking out. I would say there's people who are using Twitter like every day who are still seeking out these other avenues to discuss what they I guess I don't want to say truly believe, but because I don't want to say that people are lying on Twitter, but like, you can have a sports account where you only talk about, sport news and like sports gambling and, sporting events, and you'll never once get kicked off of Twitter for talking about sports, but you're still going to be seeking out Parler or, something like that. I use Parler just as an example because we mentioned it earlier. You could be on the left as well, looking for these kind of like havens of just your thought. So I think that in general, it's a good plan. I don't know that A, it can be done. B, that Elon specifically can do it. I think he's cultivated some ire amongst. If he was really trying to bring all sides back into the public forum, I don't know if Elon Musk is the best messenger for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's pissed some people off personally. Like, I don't actually have an issue with Elon Musk, but I think just in general, there's people who don't like him because of what they perceive his politics as being, or he's also like a gazillionaire, and some people don't like that. So I don't know if he's the best messenger for bringing everyone back to the town square. But we've also never had a real digital town square like this. Like, we talk about how like we used
Not
to,
since Club Penguin.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's people are talking about trying to bring it back. It never existed. As soon as the internet was created, people created niches on it. So I don't
right away.
Yeah, so I don't know if what people want can even happen. I mean, maybe, and I guess he has enough money to try. So good on him if that's really what he wants to do. I think he'd be smarter to just try and make money off of it and not worry about the other stuff personally. But I don't know. I don't know what he wants to do with it. He could be genuinely truthful, where he doesn't care about making money. He cares about this, and he'll care about it for a few years. I'm sure he has a budget in his mind. Like, I can blow this much money to save democracy or to create an open forum or whatever he believes he's doing. But I just don't know, because I think he's trying to create something that has never existed. And so I just don't know if he can. What's the face? Name the open forum on the internet, Rocky. There is none.
No, you're frozen, right? There you okay. You were frozen.
Oh, okay.
Because Elon heard you.
Yeah.
Elon heard. Oh, he shut it down. He shut it down. He's also a hacker.
He might be a hacker.
You know what that would do for ratings, by the way, if Elon just showed up on the screen, right?
Oh man, I'm looking for one day a celebrity who just needs some type of platform to go on and let it out. He could be
Kanye
the one Kanye West. That has been mentioned a few times this week since all of this crazy comments, which he should be held accountable for. And of course,
he apologized again.
I saw that.
Really?
And, yes, Kanye West apologized, and he said, "What are you, the God reference?" He said, "Wasn't that? It's not like
I don't listen to Kanye West. He's off his meds.
Clearly, yes.
Which is a horrible thing to say, but he does need help, and I try not to like get into the stuff because I think he needs an actual doctor. I'm not a doctor, so I can't actually diagnose him, but he was really normal, and suddenly he wasn't. he was really normal, and then suddenly he wasn't. So I'm assuming that something has changed with him that needs to be addressed by a professional.
Man, he did make Taylor Swift famous. He wants to.
Hashtag Team Pete Davidson. Did do that apparently.
Yeah, hashtag a dead meme maybe.
Oh man,
but yes, maybe he's the one who exiled her.
Yes, in the end, I think it's going to be definitely an interesting month to see what Elon Musk does with the world's most popular, status-changing social media app. And we'll see what he does. I'm sure it's going to be very funny. And I'm using the word funny because it's just interesting how this guy is putting in this humongous challenge in front of him with all his other business endeavors. This is the same guy who started Tesla and SpaceX. He started PayPal and now Twitter. It's going to be very interesting to see what this guy does.
What Jack Dorsey thinks right now. Sorry, that's a brand new thought I just had. Do you think he's cool with this?
As I think he'll take the billions of dollars he'll get out of the investment.
Yeah, he just got a big payout, that's for sure.
Fair point. He probably doesn't care.
No, he probably. I don't. Maybe he'll come back, but I don't know.
Maybe he'll make a new streaming platform. How about a social media where I just show up at your house and we hang out? called Making Plans.
Making plans. And
Hmm.
the symbol is just a doorbell. It's your doorbell. Every time you look at it, like, oh, is that my doorbell? And then you hear it and yeah, it's yours.
Yo, guys, let's keep the conversation going regarding very popular applications, including the
Sure.
TV streaming applications. So I think the streaming wars I won't say getting hotter than ever, but they're still continuing. And now we're at a place where Netflix announced that they are going to be having advertisements. Netflix, one of the big things and missions they created, you don't have to watch ads watching our service. Hulu couldn't do that. HBO Max. For now, you don't have to watch ads, but there are free services, I believe, that you can watch ads for. Peacock, they have a free version and a paid version, paid with limited ads. Main thing, a lot of these streaming services have limited ads, but not Netflix until now. And well, this is just a result of so much competition. They've had bad quarters, people losing subscribers, and they have no choice. And listen, broadcast and network television is non-existent. They do have shows, you can watch them, if you want to watch Blue Bloods, you could go there, watch the Masked Singer, but mainly broadcast television, that's the place for the NFL, and that's only 4 months a year. So I love my television, and we all love our television, but can you believe how much this has evolved since it started compared to like when we were in high school, when the only option was Netflix? Or the first Netflix original TV series was in 2012. So just about 10 years since this started. Yep, with Lilyhammer, and then House of Cards, and then Orange is the New Black, and it started it all.
I used to watch movies on Netflix.
I'm saying original content for them.
No, I know that. I'm just thinking about when I started Netflix, it was to watch movies, like that, older movies, obviously. Yeah. And now I only watch original stuff on Netflix now. I feel like.
Oh really?
They definitely push you toward it, right? I mean,
I don't even have it, but when I get it, all I do is just watch Breaking Bad.
Well, yeah.
Oh, one thing, Vince Gilligan announced his next series on Apple TV Plus, and I will. And Apple TV Plus, I feel, has improved with their original content, Severance, and there's scoring Vince Gilligan's show. They're gonna have a Martin Scorsese original movie with Leo. Apple TV Plus, I thought had a very slow start. Obviously, Ted Lasso, and look at them now. Yeah. But I think we're so lucky as viewers. We get a lot of good stuff, and they're quality most of the time, and they have to be quality because of them competing with each other. And for an average about $15 per month with all these services, it's a lot.
Personally, I'm all 15 for all these services. It's like 15 each, dude.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought you said 15 for all of them. I'm like, no.
How many do you subscribe to?
Me personally?
Yeah.
So you guys. I have HBO Max through my phone carrier. So I don't pay for that. I do pay for Hulu. I pay for Peacock at $5 a month. My mother is kind enough to let us use Netflix.
Same.
I have Paramount Plus free. I don't have Apple TV Plus at the moment. I don't have Disney Plus. I just took the bundle off for Hulu. But especially when I start working again, I will probably bring them all back, and I'll add stars to that. And I have my Amazon Prime in general, and then Showtime. Wait. So yeah, that's 11 of them. Shit. But I do at least try to make the most of it. Huh. So I have 11 of them.
I was gonna say.
But I'm crazy.
If you don't count Netflix, but if you don't count Netflix, right? We're going with parents do the Netflix thing. I've got two Hulus. One is one I borrow from my brother, but one is my actual Hulu. I pay for it through my phone. So I have a Hulu. I have Paramount. I have Stars. I have Time. I have HBO. We have Amazon Prime Video thing, like their stuff, and we have Disney Plus. So I'm at 7. Oh, and Peacock, obviously. So I'm at 8. And I did have Apple to watch the morning show when that first came out, but couldn't with my phone. I couldn't put it on my TV. Like I couldn't cast it. I've used Google, and they don't
Right.
like Google.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, so I had to watch it on my phone. I'm like, I don't really want to watch this on my phone.
Yeah,
So I got rid of. So I haven't seen the morning show since then. But I was interested in the morning show as soon as I saw the trailer. I think it was like the first thing that they, meaning Apple, put out that I was like, oh, that looks cool. And so I did get it to watch that originally. But yeah. So I would say that's probably, if I ever go back, I'll probably get that too. But yeah, I have 8 right now, which is why I'm almost like at this point, someone should just bundle them all together and make it like cable.
The ultimate. Are
Cable's
we
gonna
low
come
key
back.
in that anyways?
Optimum's gonna just put them all together and be like, if you get Optimum, you get all of these. But you don't have Stars, Matt?
Not at the moment, but I was subscribed, but I will be getting it back.
Oh, did you watch Heels?
I haven't. I still gotta watch, and I saw it was really good.
Yeah, I gotta watch Heels.
And like I said, especially starting to work more frequently again, I'm getting all the services because I definitely made the most of I'll watch anything. So the only thing I'm watching now is The Bear on Hulu. Which is amazing.
Thought about that too.
Like, watch that show. Rock, you see The Bear?
No, I don't really watch TV.
Jeremy Allen White, right? That's the actor.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, he plays a 5-star chef who's from Chicago, became a world-renowned chef in New York, goes back to Chicago to run his brother's sandwich shop after he passed away. And it's a really cool dynamic.
Did we talk about that at the wedding, maybe?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I've seen 2 other episodes.
I think we did talk about the wedding.
I'm a big fan. I'm trying to.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's from Chicago.
Oh, he's from Brooklyn.
He was also. Oh, really? Because he's also in Chicago. So that's now 2 big roles where he's played a guy from Chicago.
Yeah, and he's from.
Yeah, it just feels like a weird thing to have. Like, yeah, I'm in all the shows where I'm from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I never seen Shameless. That's one I should go. My dad liked it. Mm-hmm. And another one of streaming service, I need Showtime because they all have great movies. They just all, even though they all just trade with each other, some good stuff. But yeah, guys, put a ball on this segment. Are you as into it with me? Ryan, Rock, you say you don't really watch TV except Breaking Bad.
No, so, I watch Breaking Bad, Batman, and YouTube. That's it.
Solid combo.
The only subscription I have is for YouTube Premium. I borrow an HBO and I borrow a Netflix.
Yeah, I have HBO. If you count that as service, I pay for that too. Mainly to listen to videos. But yeah, Ryan, are we winning here in this time? Who would have thought your Netflix just to watch original movies turns to all of this? And I guess I use the advertising time to go to the bathroom. That's all we can do at this point.
I feel like the advertising is a band-aid to a larger issue that's going to come up, and there isn't a need for eight premium outlets. I think that eventually the next phase is going to be groups acquiring multiple, like I said, and packaging them all together.
Oh, Disney's already doing that though.
Well, I know, but Disney sucks, so hopefully they lose.
I agree.
And so I would say that eventually there's going to be like 1 or 2, maybe 3 options, and it's going to end up looking like cable, where you can add or subtract from those 3 options on whatever. I really do think this was going to happen, just because, like, what are you going to do? People can't, like, I get it. Like, content-wise, we're in a really good time. Like, there's tons of shows that I like watching right now, especially around Halloween, because I like horror and I like stuff like that. And so Halloween time is a great time on all of these apps between Halloween and the Netflix Halloween, like, you know what I mean? So there's tons of like great content in the month of October in particular that comes out on all of these sites. So content wise, it's good, right? It's just from money wise, if it's 15 per with commercials, then as soon as someone can find a way to make that cheaper, they're going to jump on that. You know what I mean? Like even with commercials, like so at this point we are going to end up just seeing a weird like streaming version of cable again. I feel like maybe not anytime soon, but eventually, because where else does it go? Eventually,
Yeah,
they're going to start merging eventually.
With your Apple TV, Roku's, and Amazon Fire Sticks, it just feels like that, as you said.
Right, and that's the easy way to do it. Like, you plug in your whatever, and you watch it on your TV, and eventually that's how it's gonna be, and you'll be able to get a deal. Like, oh, I have my Google thing. You plug it into the TV, and you pay for it through Google, and you get access to all of them. Like that's eventually what's gonna happen. I feel like so. I don't know. To me, that part is kind of. I mean, it's not disheartening. It's just a fact that the ads are coming back to make money, but the content's good. So at the bare minimum, at least for now, even if it is just regular TV, it's going to be good TV, right? So,
yes. And you have no choice. You literally can't afford to put crap out there. I mean, except if you're Netflix.
No, you can't. So yeah, they do. They seem to be putting out some really bad ones for most of the year.
My last question regarding this subject for Ryan: did you see Hocus Pocus 2?
No,
I never saw the first one.
The first one's good. I don't know about the second one.
Hocus Pocus.
Melissa wants to watch it, so we'll see. I'll be honest. The first one, I mean, it's a cheesy kids movie, but I watched it when I was 90s. A kid. I watched it when I was a kid, so I still like it. Again, it might be nostalgia, but I do still like it.
Hocus Pocus.
Use the hashtag Yabos to talk about this episode. The real ones will know.
So, why don't we transition now with something we've seen evolve so much was TV and streaming. Something we've really seen evolve is video games. Video game industry has had an incredible decade. These video games look absolutely cinematic at this point. The video game movie and television adaptations are better than they used to. Some are working, some are definitely not. Some are working like The Witcher, some are not like Halo. But
yeah,
how do you guys feel about games now? We're the the seventh, eighth, whatever generation with your PlayStation 5 and your Xbox. This is embarrassing.
One X.
Yeah. I am focusing on the PlayStation 5. I want next. But how do you guys feel about this video game industry? How it's popping now? The new Call of Duty came out. Are you guys interested in getting that? I heard it's intense and it's insane.
Yeah, I already beat the campaign. The multiplayer.
Let's get it, Rocky.
The multiplayer comes out tonight at midnight. I'm probably gonna run it a little bit before I go to bed. No, I think but this is probably the first good game in months. I think video games have been absolutely awful lately. Ryan knows. I've been playing the same 2 games like all year because there's just nothing else to do. All games are the same, and it's getting.
They're also not that great games, by the way.
No, they're not.
I know because I'm playing them too.
Play.
And this is this new Call of Duty, by the way. This is the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2
remake.
Yeah.
The remake bug has hit video games.
Yes,
we're at that level. Yeah, I've been away from the video game industry, which I do want to go back to because I love seeing this extra content put on video games. But so you say so far Call of Duty 2 in Gen Z terms mids, or do you say cool, it's good? Thumbs up.
Yeah, I like the campaign. I thought it was fun. Took me like 2 days to beat it, but a lot of cinematics, pretty cool fight scenes. I enjoyed it. Just wasn't deep. It was just fun, like an action movie, which is what I really want. Ryan knows most of the time I play video games on mute. It's just something I have. Like I don't really care about listening to stories and stuff like that. I just like to play games.
All the sound design emphasis they put in.
No,
hearing it.
No, it annoys me most of the time. Ryan knows. I mute everything. I just play the game and try not to think about it. So I like that.
I explain what's happening. It's fine.
You're the narrator.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how the multiplayer is. It looks good. Yeah.
How do we feel?
Games have been off lately.
Do you think I see God of War is bringing their first game in 4 years? God of War Ragnarok. Is there any interest there? Like that is some brutal stuff. Do we think God of War Ragnarok can break this boring game streak?
I'll be honest. I've never played a God of War game. I see my PS5 right now. I've only turned on my PS5 once. And I've never played God of War. So, but I've heard it's good. We'll see. It's all Sony's really got going for them right now. Like
I've never had a PlayStation either, Rocky. So I'm in the same boat.
We used to. I mean, I played PS4 all through college. I loved it, but I don't know. I forgot my login and I just never bothered to reset it.
Do you, Ryan? Is there any big? How about this though? Grand Theft Auto 6. I know they had major leaks at the end of this summer that has probably put Rockstar in array. And assuming this is, and I understand the footage may have been years, might have been really old footage anyways. Rockstar is, trying to discipline the little hacker who did it. I don't know. I've seen rumors and, I can't trust the Twitter things. I've seen some just stereotypical video game hacker looking person. He's the one. I don't know if it is or not, but Grand Theft Auto 6, when this comes out, a game that everyone's familiar with, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out 10 years ago next year. Do you think this can really bring a huge interest in the video game world again? Will people get their new consoles for this GTA 6? And rumors, I don't know, again, with this leak, but people say within the next few weeks, they could actually make the substantial announcement when they will release GTA 6. Again, Rick, I don't know if that changes because of the hacks, but from what I saw, I will spend whatever I have to play it. The only video game I played, the first video game I played in like a whole decade, I played GTA 5 in COVID and beat it, and that felt good again. So it's been that long. Like I said, I am interested in the video game world again, and I think GTA 6 might really break the internet like it did 10 years prior.
I think for GTA 6, to answer that, like the meat of that question, I don't know if it'll make people buy a game system. It probably depends on when it comes out. If they tie it into the release of a new system, then yeah, I'm sure people will buy it to play the new game. But I don't know that they will do that, seeing as how GTA 5 has done just fine across like 3 systems. They might just release it and assume that when people get their new consoles,
that's what I initially meant. Like, well, people actually, I don't have a video game system. I'm gonna buy my first video game system in a decade, like I would.
Yeah, I mean, I think people will. I don't know. Video game systems are expensive, dude. Yeah, I feel like as much as, and honestly, video games are kind of getting expensive too. Like,
are we at the $70 mark for video games?
Higher than that.
Yeah, it depends. If you want to play Call of Duty on the new systems, it's $70.
$70.
It's
and that's like
the old systems, and that's just the base game.
Basic Call of Duty. They usually have like all these other packages with other stuff. Like, so I mean, if you're cool with like a 12-year-old questioning your manhood, then you could just get it for like $70.
It's gonna happen anyway.
That kid's gonna. That's a good point. It's gonna happen to me anyway.
I'm ready for game chat though. I'm pretty pumped.
But yeah. So the games are expensive. So I don't know if anyone's gonna be like, I'm gonna pay $90 for GTA plus a new system. But I don't think they're even going to ask people to do that. I think they're going to release it on the current system, whatever that is. They're not going to tie it into a new system release because, I mean, worst case scenario, it's not as big as GTA 5 and they move on. Best case scenario, it is. And people will download it whenever they get a new system. I mean, I did that. I've had GTA on like 3 systems now.
Yeah,
GTA 5.
I think I've bought that game like 4 times.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, if it's as good, and it doesn't seem, I don't see why it wouldn't be. Back to Vice City, it looks like. That'll be cool. Haven't had Vice City since the one game, actually. Everywhere else you've been multiple times in terms of the different like maps you can play on. So I think it'll be cool. I think people will like it. I think it'll probably be big. I don't know what they're going to do about GTA Online.
I mean, GTA Online just ruined Rockstar in general, I feel like.
Why is that?
It was way too successful. And no, seriously, like I didn't even play through Red Dead Redemption 2 when it came out, just because like after playing GTA and GTA Online, like no, the other ones just don't even compare.
I should try Red Dead again. I never finished. It's
it
long.
was too convoluted for me. Like
It's a long game.
It's a long game, and you have to put a lot of effort into it, and I just wasn't about to have that. Whereas in GTA Online, you can just jump right in.
Yeah, right. Stack your money and commit crimes.
But they're both get inspired. Crimes.
Yeah, and also mentioned the rise of the more respectful video game adaptation, whether television or TV. Sorry, television or movies. Have there been any that really stick out to you guys lately? Did you like The Witcher? Did you like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, which are actually pretty good, a lot of fun? Detective Pikachu.
I never saw any of these.
I didn't see Detective Pikachu. I watch The Witcher.
I didn't finish The Witcher. I got bored with it after the first I think I watched 2 episodes and I stopped watching.
Yeah, I was not feeling that one.
But I also
Halo
I
was
didn't
a
play
waste
the
of
games
time.
either, so
the Halo adaptation was a real waste of my time.
I heard it was awful.
Yeah, there's weird plot points, terrible writing. I actually saw one of the actors when I was working at MTV, and
did you yell at him? Oh, this is before.
I should have said,
"Don't do it."
Better than this.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
How about with upcoming adaptations like The Last of Us? You guys excited for The Last of Us adaptation on HBO Max?
I don't know. I gotta wait and see what it looks like. I absolutely loved The Last of Us. Never played the second one, but the first one is absolutely amazing, and I don't know how you can live up to it. It could be the best show ever, and I would be like, it's not the game though.
Ryan, didn't you tell me that you used to watch like just the cutaway scenes? It was just so.
I watched someone else play The Last of Us. That's how much I liked it, the entire game. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited to watch the show. I also like the actors in it. So I think that between the actors like being people that I like in other things, and the game being a game that I've never even played, I've literally just watched it. As a story, I feel like I'll probably be pretty into it. But we're burying the lead, guys. Chris Pratt's Mario voice.
Yes,
it's me, Mario.
That cannot be real. Like I think that really is a specific internet troll. Like, you're telling me.
Let's go.
Let me see how much this Super Mario, just the budget. And have you ever seen the Super Mario with the movie from the early 90s?
I've heard it's horrible, but no, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've heard it's horrible. I watched the TV show, the Super Mario, what was it, Super Mario Super Show?
That's animated, right?
I
it's
believe
part
so.
animated, part live action.
Okay.
It actually has like an old WWE wrestler as Mario.
Yeah. I gotta see this.
I think it does.
Yeah, so this movie where's the budget? They don't have the budget listed here. I would assume it's probably like $200 million, and that's what you come up with.
They couldn't fly him to Italy, not even once.
No, and then like here, this cast, we have Chris Pratt as Mario, Anna Taylor-Joy as Peach, Charlie Day's Luigi. Luigi's apparently they want to make a Luigi's Mansion sequel movie to this.
Honestly, I love Luigi's Mansion, so I'd be down for that.
Jack Black as Bowser.
That'll be cool. He's a good voice actor.
Keegan-Michael Key as Toad.
He's great in Reboot on Hulu. Everyone should watch that.
Reboot. Yeah, I heard about
Reboot.
that.
Yeah, everyone should watch that. It's good.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Fred Armisen.
I like him,
Cranky
but
Kong.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I don't know who Cranky Kong is.
Cranky Kong is actually Donkey Kong in the original Donkey Kong game, and Donkey Kong Jr. is the Donkey Kong that you see in all the Mario games after that. So Cranky Kong's like the older. He's the one from the
cranky, the crankier Donkey Kong.
He's the one that stole Paulina.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, by the way, Mario in the show was Lou Albano. If you know who that is.
Oh, Captain Lou Albano. Yeah,
he was
Mario. WWE guy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like really old. That's way before my time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good show.
Super Mario Brothers, Chris Pratt's voice, what a joke. But hey, it'll be available on streaming on Peacock after 45 days. It's gonna have a Christmas release this year, and I'm excited.
Peacock bringing in all the content.
Mario, or I'm sorry, did I say that? This will air on this will come out in April 7th, 2023. And but for some other context of other games coming out, we have a Gran Turismo game coming out.
I mean,
the free PlayStation game you'd get.
I'm a Forza guy. I don't really like the GT series. No.
How about a Just Cause movie that's in the works?
I mean,
directed by Michael Bay.
I don't know.
A lot of explosions then.
Yeah. Well, Just Cause is like the Michael Bay version of like GTA.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
How about we also have a Borderlands movie coming out, or Crossfire Zone, Five Nights at Freddy's? That'll be fun.
That'll be weird. But weird. I do like Borderlands, and I think that'll be a good movie. I mean, I don't know who's in it, don't know who's writing it, but that has the potential to be an interesting like content for a show, in my opinion.
I think between that and also the Gears of War movie in the works.
That could be really good too, depending on how they do that. I feel like, especially the early Gears of Wars like games.
Yeah.
They were definitely like, they felt like, like a brothers in arms sort of thing. Like I was just thinking about watching Band of Brothers in November.
You never saw it?
Show. No.
Really? I got a good viral clip out of that.
Yeah, and so I feel like you can make a Band of Brothers-esque content out of Gears of War. If you really tried hard enough. I don't know if they're going to try that hard. They might just, say, look, it's Gears of War, and hope everybody watches it. But if they try very hard, I think they could do it.
With your rifle that is also a saw, a chainsaw.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'll make it harder to buy into the brothers in arms sort of thing, I guess. But in general, I think you could tell an interesting war story with those characters.
Definitely let me know when you start seeing Band of Brothers, and then the Pacific is awesome. You'll see David Schwimmer being a
really?
He
was in one show I really liked that only got one season, Feed the Beast on AMC. Feed the Beast. I liked it. No one else did. And so they canceled it. It was just me and David Schwimmer who liked it. But but I liked him in that. And so I don't have the same, oh look, it's Ross, because I actually do genuinely I think of Ross, obviously, but I also think of Feed the Beast, which is a great show.
I know him as the giraffe from Madagascar.
He's also Robert Kardashian.
Yeah, I never saw Friends.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I don't see any of them as the people from the OJ show.
Well, yeah, wait till you see him as a drill sergeant in World War II.
That'd be fun.
So I'm going to introduce to you guys a new segment.
Yeah.
I hope it works. So we're going to test it with you guys. It's called Do You Agree with the Lyric? I'm going to read you a lyric and just tell me your initial thoughts and if you agree with what this artist is saying or not.
I'll tell you right now, my predictions, Ryan's going to say yes. He's going to agree to every single one. I'm going to say no. Oh,
this will be fun. And I like the dynamic here. So the first ever edition of Do You Agree with the Lyric? This lyric here was performed by hip hop legends. And they've won Grammys big in the 90s and have a legacy. So I just want to say, do you agree with the term, "Damn, it feels good to be a gangster" by the Ghetto Boys? In
the headline rock and
the "Damn, it feels good to be the gangster."
I'll be honest, I've never been a gangster. So I don't have, in my opinion, I don't have the background to declare whether or not it would feel good.
I think you're gangster, Ryan.
No, I'm going to say no.
I don't think there's anything wrong with feeling good. Like, damn, it feels good to be a gangster. I don't see anything wrong with that. I guess if you claim it, right?
No, you're wrong. Crime doesn't pay.
Crime doesn't pay.
No.
It actually only pays. That's why people do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. I think that, I don't know. That one's a hard one, only because I've never once in my entire life felt gangster doing anything.
Is it all about you're not a gangster unless you believe it in your heart?
Yeah. Maybe I could be a gangster if I truly believed in myself. I'll give you that. Sure.
Okay. So I have another one, guys. I'm going to give you 5 quick ones. So this was said by one of our favorite people in our childhood. Well, most people. Disney Channel star. She had a movie based on it. It was a big deal at the lunch table to talk about.
Okay.
It was said she's now in, I don't even know if the show's still on the air, but she's on the cast of How I Met Your Mother 2. She's Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff with her music career. She once said, if the light is off, then it's on, in her song So Yesterday.
Yesterday.
I'm assuming she's talking about a movie theater and they do dim the lights when the movies start. So I'm going to, yes, I agree.
You agree with it?
Watch movies when there's lights on.
Oh man, I tried to think of what she could possibly mean by that nonsense gobbledygook of a line. It's a good song. I don't even know if I know where in the song that falls.
You remember that So Yesterday?
I know the song. Yesterday, so yesterday. Man, I'm gonna say fine. Yeah, Hillary, sure. Maybe I don't. If the lights go off, then it's on. I mean, my head goes somewhere it probably shouldn't because she was like 14 when she put it, right? When she wrote it.
Yes, I don't remember.
I mean, that's the only thing I could possibly think of for what that could be. When the lights go off, then it's on, or then whatever she just said. Or movie theater. There's 2 possible scenarios. So I'm going to say yes. I agree. It's a good lyric, and I agree. I think that is true. When the lights go out, the freaks come out.
Wait, that's
another way of saying it. No, it's another way of saying it. Don't worry about it.
So I have Katy Perry now for this. You know, she's gone viral for her eye thing, whatever that is.
What's up with that, by the way?
I didn't know she was still performing. Yeah, how do you do that? The Katy Perry thing. But she said this is true. You're so sad. Maybe you should buy a Happy Meal. She said it in a song called You're So Gay. You know, I'm going to assume that means the happy version of that. But do you agree when you're sad, you should get a Happy Meal?
No, you shouldn't eat your problems away. You're only going to be sad and fat.
I was going to say, carbs can't cure sadness as much as we try. So I think while she's maybe trying to give good advice here, I disagree with the lyric. You're not going to be happier after the Happy Meal. Maybe in the short term, but not in the long term.
Yeah, you got to look at long-term gains, and it's not one of them.
Happy Meals can't buy happiness. So I disagree with Katy Perry.
She's wrong.
Oh, okay. Do you agree with this lyric said by Sia? To unlock doors, I use a key. Or is it more existential than that?
Yeah, I think that's 100%. A pretty outdated term. Most people have like key cards.
No, 100% of the time. When I open a door, 100% of the time I use a key.
No, I use cards to get into work and stuff like that. No, she's wrong.
I wonder if there's going to be a day.
She's living in the 20th century. She needs to get with the times. So no, she's also like 50 or something like that. So she really needs to chill.
What's interesting, another Sia lyric is, so she is ahead of her time because she's big into crypto. She doesn't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. So it's no, I'm saying she's into crypto. She doesn't have dollar bills, but she uses a key. So she's got an eclectic taste. No, I agree, Matt. You can unlock a door with the key. And I think the existential meaning, I'm sure there's a deeper meaning. I don't know the song.
I don't think
also makes sense too. Yeah, I mean, you need
to
in order to open the
doors work.
It's just a tutorial on how to open door.
I mean, she did make that god awful.
Have a key.
She made that movie. Oh, what was it called? Like Colors, the one with the autistic kid, the nonverbal one.
I didn't know she made it.
I didn't hear it was god awful. I heard it was awful.
Absolutely no. Like there's like a weird thing because they just had there was a controversy because music. It was called Music.
What was the movie with the deaf people, the deaf actors? It was very like big movie. That's not what we're talking about?
No, this one's called Music, and it's about like a non-verbal autistic kid, but Sia got like one of her actress friends to play autistic, and that like
drew I do remember that. Yeah. I remember people got mad about that. Yes, I do remember.
Yeah.
You know, Lil Wayne once said in a song, "Bitch, Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Do you agree to
Love that
this?
song.
No comment.
Yes,
From 6 foot, 7 foot.
100%. Everything he says in that song is correct.
No, I
100%
don't
of it.
understand what he means. I'm just gonna say no.
He's talking to himself because he is his own consultant. He's married to the game and fuck the world, so that's adultery.
True story.
Yeah, everything. I love that song. That song is so much fun. I'm glad that you put that in there.
I have no idea.
Real G's moving silence like lasagna.
Oh man, I got 3 more for you guys.
Okay, we got
Arctic
this.
Monkey once said in the song Star Treatment, "What do you mean you've never seen Blade Runner?" Do you agree with this? How could people not watch Blade Runner?
No, I've never seen Blade Runner. He's just,
What do you mean you've not seen Blade Runner?
I've never seen it. I don't plan on seeing it. I don't even 100% know what it is.
It really is an
about
awesome
vampires,
movie.
actually. Yeah, it's about
About
vampires.
vampires?
It's about
He's-
aliens.
I thought.
No,
Wait,
he's a vampire.
Wait, Blade Runner. No, there's
Yeah,
Blade, and then there's Blade Runner.
Oh,
Blade.
I'm talking
from
about
Marvel.
Blade.
No, this is
I'm
Blade
talking about
Runner.
Blade.
Harrison Ford, Ridley Scott.
Oh, that's
you
a
know,
good movie too.
It's a
That's a
great
good
movie.
movie,
It's actually my favorite sci-fi movie.
You should watch that one. It's not Blade. Blade's better
no, I'm
with
good.
Wesley Snipes, but you should watch Blade Runner too.
I'm
yeah,
not a
I
big
I
sci-fi
actually
guy.
really think you like it, Rocky. You know, it's about a fugitive group of advanced replicants, and they escape to Earth, and they hunt down. And this guy Harrison Ford, Rick Deckard, he hunts them down. He's pretty much a replicant hunter, and all the deep, beautiful shots, all that, la la la. Good movie.
I'm going to say Arctic Monkeys though are wrong on this one. Not because I didn't see the
Yeah, they're
movie. I did see the movie,
They're
but
wrong.
some people don't like sci-fi, right? And that's okay. You don't have to like sci-fi. You don't have to see Blade Runner if you're not into sci-fi. So I'm going to say no to the Arctic Monkeys. Don't make people watch Blade Runner because then they're still not going to like it. So you're not changing any minds.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like it.
Okay. We have 2 more. You know what Ed Sheeran once said in the song "Wake Me Up," and I know you love Shrek because we watched it 12 times. You agree with that?
Those are actual lyrics.
Yeah, in the song "Wake Me Up" from Ed Sheeran.
I'm assuming he's talking about Shrek or Shrek 2 because that's a superior movie, and so yes, I agree.
It definitely Shrek 2 is a superior movie, and I mean,
Really?
how
Think
can
so?
you watch a movie 12 times and actually like it? Shrek 2? Oh yeah, Shrek
No.
2 is one of the
I
best sequels
really
of all
do-
time.
Oh no, yeah. As far as sequels go, but I do like Shrek 1 as well. I
And
don't think.
yeah, Shrek 3
Shrek
is
1 is
garbage,
great.
even though it
Well,
did
Shrek 3 is-
introduce Fergus, Farkle, and Felicia, the Shrek triplets. So that was a
Yeah,
big
no.
move for the Shrek lore. But
Don't know what
overall,
you
3 is not a great movie. Shrek the Third.
Isn't Justin Timberlake in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, I would never watch a movie 12 times, but I've watched The West Wing 6 times. So I mean, well, I can't judge.
You know,
I mean,
one of
there's-
the things I really like about Shrek is that the DreamWorks specifically went out of their way to make fun of Disney tropes, only to do a Disney trope movie themselves.
One of the things I like about Shrek is how similar he is to Martin Sheen from The West Wing. That's a joke.
When he said,
I don't get it.
"Get off my swamp," like that's a bad expression.
No, that was really
That was
good.
excellent.
Oh,
Do
was
that
it?
again. No, but it was. Do
What's
it
your
again
Mario
anyway.
sound like, by the way?
It's a me and Mario.
Better than Chris Pratt.
Hi, I'm Shrek.
So-
From Shrek.
Oh man, last thing before we say goodbye, guys, and this actually can be analyzed. The Beatles once said in Abbey Road, "In the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make." Do you guys agree with that?
No, Beatles are a
No.
garbage band. None of their lyrics have
Oh
ever
my
made
God.
sense. No,
Garbage van.
awful.
Why do you say
Let's
that?
just mute him. Let's just mute him. to finish
I've
this
heard like
episode.
3 of their songs. I don't get them. The songs
But-
aren't catchy. The lyrics make no sense, and so
'Cause
no,
they-
garbage band. And
Because
so,
they walk around with their funny accents and their silly haircuts.
Even all the influence they created, and
I
you know,
don't
British
see their
invasion.
influence anywhere. I don't.
Paul McCartney. You say you see Paul McCartney, yeah, he's nothing special.
I honestly don't think he is. No, the whole band's overrated. The lyrics make zero sense. So I'm a hard no on that one.
Which
I
bands
mean,
do
some
you
of the
like?
lyrics don't make sense.
Which bands do you like if you don't like the Beatles?
Oh,
Like, do you like the Rolling Stones?
No.
Or like for any classic rock, or you like more pop punk or pop
As
rock?
your lawyer,
or...
plead the fifth.
I like a lot of ska music.
Okay, so Sublime and
And I listen to a lot of punk music.
Okay,
Some
okay.
screamo.
So then it does make sense why you hate the Beatles.
Yes. But I also am not a big music guy. I could be fine never listening to music again.
Oh,
Big
man.
response and energy out of Rocky tonight. I think it's true, by the way, since we asked me. Yeah, the love you take is equal to the love you make. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Look how
what's the
far
name?
we've come with it.
That's a nice
Chris
saying.
Farley got to ask Paul McCartney straight to his face to that, and I get to ask you guys on Zoom. Look how far we've come.
Look how far we've come. And maybe it's because of all the love we took.
That's what I'm saying. All right, that caps
Donate your
off
greatness.
our first Do You Agree with the Lyric? But gentlemen, we can put a bow on this. I appreciate you guys coming on. I really had a lot of fun here. Thank you so much on this beautiful Thursday. As we kick off the end of the year, 2 months to go, I appreciate everything you've done in this podcast. Any final words you guys would like to say before I press goodbye?
Everyone download.
Go ahead.
Everyone download "So Yesterday" by Hilary Duff on your music listening devices. I'm probably going to listen to that right now.
Let's make this a viral TikTok song again. "So Yesterday" by Hilary Duff.
Yesterday, so yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone listen to that song. That's what I'm pitching for everybody now.
I sadly can't play it because YouTube will literally mute this whole podcast. So
follow me on Twitter at @TTweetCap.
Excellent plugs there, guys. All right. Thank you so much. That's Rocky and Ryan. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.
Have a good night.